Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy Jason Paris, and I got a quick one here for you guys today. So I made it up real quick, the intro section from Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson, and then also the intro from the live set he did, I think it was in Texas. But I'll let you guys go ahead and hear that, check that out, and then after I'll hop into some of the strengths and weaknesses of different plugins, and which one might be the best fit for you depending on your circumstances. So there you go. That's what all these different plugins sound like stacked up one against another. And this really just goes to show you the level of realism that can be achieved if you don't mind spending a little bit of time dialing in your MIDI programming. Now it's far from perfect. I got a bit lazy in the second bit there. I didn't feel like going in programming all the little bends and everything, and whammies and whatnot. But I guarantee you, if you just took a commoner, a bystander with normal ears, they wouldn't be able to tell this was not a real guitar. I think some of you guys may have been surprised by the overall similarity across the board. Obviously, each of these do have their own unique tone and characteristics, but when the effects are all bypassed and you're hearing the clean outs, I don't know if I had any in this video, but they all sound pretty similar, and then you can manipulate them going forward to your desire. Now keep in mind, some of these examples, I had the clean outs going to the exact same VST amp simulation. And this is just so you guys can get a better idea of what the differences are in the actual plugin itself versus the effects. I just wanted to minimize the variables here. But keep in mind that each respective company is going to have their own, licensed software and versions of how they're going about amp simulations, and they're all going to sound different if you're using the built-in effects. The Amplisound plugin by far offers the most options in regards to tweakability, articulations, customization. They have every articulation under the sun, every single sound you can basically produce with the guitar it has, and not just like the notes, but it can produce like percussion, like if you were to tap on the body and the pickups pick that up. And they even have performance noises, so there's fret buzz, there's if you're moving, long distances on the fretboard, there'll be slide noises that they just kind of automatically put into there. Really just a phenomenal plugin all around. I can't stress enough how impressed I am as a musician by this. All of the default patches when you load the plugin in also sound stellar, and that's on every single Amplisound plugin that you download. And to complement that, they have a decent preset library built in. There are guitar presets, and there's also amp presets. I honestly don't have enough time to get into all the features under the hood, but they have phenomenal double tracking. They have a stereo microphone options, solo performance mode, instrument performance mode if you want to play it like a piano. A not so intuitive but fairly comprehensive MIDI player, programmer, sequencer, and also tab reader if you're a guitarist. And then a bunch of amp simulations, and then I guess what you would call rack effects. There's a compressor, an EQ, a delay, and then a reverb. So the amount of tones that you just have straight out the box that sound phenomenal without needing to put any other effects on your channel is a 9 to say the least. And if you're feeling a little bit crazy, you can, go ahead and clean out it, bypass all the effects, and run it through whatever high quality, neural, Nembrini, ML, or whatever amp simulation you wish. Now, conversely, Native Instruments, on the other hand, doesn't sound as natural, doesn't sound as realistic to my ears as Amplisound. Now, I'm not a guitarist, so I don't know if I am really an authority on this, but I'm a musician and I know music, and Amplisound sounds a little bit, has a little bit of an edge on Native Instruments. If you choose to go the way of Native Instruments, you're also sacrificing some of the articulations. I think there's only 4 or 5 built in, like a sustain, harmonic, a tremolo, and like a mute. And none of them are that great, if I'm being honest. They get the job done, but they're not hyper realistic. However, the ease of use of session guitarists, especially for people who aren't musically inclined or don't have any experience playing an actual guitar, could make this a great choice if you fit this description. I mean, it's basically plug and play. They have the melody mode if you want to go note by note, but if you don't want to take the time to do that, you can just go to the regular mode, the standard mode, chord mode. I'm not sure what it's called, but it will just play patterns and chords from a vast library that Native Instruments has selected, and it just makes the songwriting process so much simpler and quicker if you need to just get in and get something done quickly and simply, and not overcomplicate things and not overthink about it. Now, Impact Soundworks by Shreddage is an interesting one. This is powered through the Contact engine, but it's not made by Native Instruments. Once again, I'm not a guitarist, but the actual tone of the VST is a little bit better, has a little bit of an edge on Native Instruments. It's not as good as Amplisound, so it lies somewhere in the middle. But you do get a variety of articulations included in the plugin. Once again, I don't think they sound as realistic as Ample Sound's articulations, but still a little bit better than Native Instruments and more to choose from. However, you're going to be sacrificing MIDI functionality with Shreddage. They don't have the same type of player built into it. So this is going to be geared a little bit more towards someone who doesn't mind spending the time going in and programming all the little subtle nuances into performances, and also someone who not only has a decent understanding of music theory, but also an understanding of how to manipulate a guitar. Now, Achromic, I just threw it in there to compare it to what high quality VSTs sound like to a cheap one. It's like 20 bucks. It's not even made for solos. It's made for just rhythm guitars. No options for articulations, no options to change your sound, your tone. It's just one of those what you get is what you get plugins, one size fits all. It gets the job done in some scenarios, but it's not going to be the right tool for a lot of other cases. But just for anyone who's curious in the difference between a super cheap guitar VST versus an expensive one is, I just threw it in there so you could hear the difference. So yeah, there you guys go. Try to make it as quick as I can for you guys, but I'm a bit long-winded. I apologize. So, you know, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know if you guys like these kind of videos, if you like VST comparison videos. I have basically all of them. Like, I'm pretty sure I have like all of the plugins. So if you guys want to see anything compared, or if you guys want to see any more in-depth breakdowns or explanation tutorial videos on certain plugins, let me know in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to consider it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and y'all have a good one.
Okay, let's go. Give me a shit, let me paint a picture. Presidential, look at the man in the mirror. 90 stones on the paddock, I'm getting richer. Call up Paula, he shit, he bringing the switches. Who ain't P know that boy, he under his nigga.